Good morning children. Children, in the last class we learned about, yes, vitamins, then proteins, fats, carbohydrates, is it? So we learned about different types of the nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, vitamins and also minerals. So in this class also I am going to explain about minerals and dietary fibers, water. Is it children? So let us come to know more about other type of the food materials, other type of the nutrient called minerals. So they are also essential for our body, for our growth and proper growth and to maintain good health. Okay, so minerals are also essential to our body for the proper growth and to maintain good health. So tell me the children, what are the different types of the minerals? Or give example for the minerals. So especially iodine. So iodine, phosphorus, iron, calcium, these are the main minerals. So that is present in our food and they are essential for our body to maintain a good health and for the growth of our body. Okay. So these are the very essential to our body, is it? So but it requires in very small quantity. Okay children. So which are the minerals? I'll give the examples for the minerals. So iron, iodine, phosphorus and then calcium. So these are the important minerals. They are essential for our body. So some of the sources of this minerals, are given here. So I have write some sources of different minerals. So children, do you know about the minerals? So if I take one raw material, so that raw material contain one major nutrient. So a particular nutrient, it is present in much larger quantities. So a particular nutrient is present in larger quantities. So in addition to this, so that raw material, it also contains other nutrients. So if you take an example called rice. So rice has more carbohydrate compared to other nutrients. So then we see that rice is a carbohydrate rich food item. Is it children? So rice is called as a rice. We can see that rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food. Okay children? So if you take one raw material, so it contains one particular nutrient. So that particular nutrient is present in larger quantity compared to other nutrient. Okay. For example, rice has more carbohydrates. Rice has more carbohydrates than other nutrients. So thus we say that rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food. Okay children. So now I am going to explain about which are the sources of different minerals. So we can take that some sources of iodine. So I have taken ginger, salt, crab, spinach. So I told that iodine is a mineral. So it is present in our food items like that ginger, salt, crab, spinach. So these food materials contain iodine. Okay. So let us come to the next nutrient. So next mineral called phosphorus. So some sources of phosphorus are milk, banana, green chili, wheat and rice. So these food materials, they contain, what they contain? They contain phosphorus. Phosphorus is a, yes, it's a mineral. Then some sources of iron. So which food materials they contain? Yes, what is that? Iron. So example for this or the sources of iron are chayote, spinach, apple. If it is not turmeric, tamarind. So tamarind also contain iron. See here, this chayote is called in Kannada adana seeme badnekai anta karitare. Chayote, spinach, apple, tamarind, they are the sources of, they are the food materials, they contain iron mineral. So then what about the calcium? Calcium is also mineral. In which food items the calcium is present? Or some sources of calcium are milk and egg. Milk and egg contain a mineral called calcium. So it's very essential for, yes, for our teeth and bone, children. Okay, children. So besides all these nutrients, our food should contain dietary fibers and also water. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Besides these nutrients, our body needs, what it needs? Dietary fibers. And water. Water is also essential to our body. So what is the another name? Or dietary fibers are also known as, so they are also known as roughage. What do we call, or what is the another name, or what do we call dietary fibers? Dietary fibers, they are also called as, are known as roughage. So dietary fibers, they are also called as roughages. So children, roughages, it is mainly provided to our body by the plant products. Okay. So roughages, it is needed to body, is it? It is mainly provided by plant products in our, yes, food items. Plant products, we eat it, some vegetables and fruits. So that provide the dietary fibers or roughages to our body. So mainly from where we get the roughage? From the plant products. Is it from the plant products in our food? Is it, children? Roughage is mainly provided by the plant products. in our food. So vegetables fruits now we use as a food, isn't it? We eat it. So that plant products provide the roughages. So for example, grains or grains, pulses, kaluvalu, and then potatoes, fresh fruits and vegetables, they contain dietary fibers or roughages. So example for this, whole grains, pulses. So pulses. So we can give the example for this moong, then gram. So these are the example for the pulses. So whole grains, pulses, and then potatoes, and then another one. So fresh fruits and vegetables are the example of the sources of roughages or dietary fibers. So children, roughage does not provide any nutrients to our body, but it is essential component of our food and it adds to its bulk. So children, roughage they does not provide any nutrients to our body, okay, but it is very essential. So it is essential component of our food and it adds to its bulk. It gives some mass. So when it is passes through the intestine. So when it is passed or moved through the intestine or inside the intestine, what happens? It gives some mass. It gives some quantity. Is it? So that is called bulk. It adds to its bulk. So roughages does not provide any nutrients to our body, but it is essential to our body. It gives and adds to its bulk. That means it gives some mass or some quantity for the digested food, and also it is very helpful get rid of undigested food. Roughage does not provide any nutrients to our body, but it is essential to our body. Is it? It is an essential component. It is essential component of our food. Is it? And then it gives and it add into its, it gives bulk, it gives some mass, it gives some quantity to the digested food. So then this helps. So what is the use of the presence of roughage in our food items? So this helps our body get rid or to eliminate or to dispose the undigested food. So this helps to get rid. So it helps our body get rid or to remove or to eliminate or to dispose of undigested food. This helps our body get rid undigested undigested food. So red means eliminate, to dispose or to remove the undigested food. So I have explained about the roughage or dietary fibers. What about the water? Water, it helps our body to absorb nutrients that is present in the food. So water is very essential to our body. So how it helps to our body? So water helps our body to absorb the nutrients present in the food, to absorb the nutrient from the food. So water helps to absorb nutrients from the food. Okay. And then it also helps, the water helps in throwing out, to throw out or to eliminate some waste from our body in the form of urine or sweat. Okay, in the form of urine and sweat. So water also helps in throwing out some waste that is generated in our body during the life process. So the waste are urine and then sweat. Water also helps our body, helps in throwing the waste. So waste that is generated or created. So in our body, so from the body, such as urine and sweat. Waste like that, urine and then yes, sweat. Isn't it, children? So water also helps our body in throwing the waste from the body. The wastes are in the form of urine and then sweat. Isn't it, children? So normally we get most of the water. So how we get the most of the water? So normally we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquids. We drink some liquids. Isn't it? We drink milk, water, tea, juices. Isn't it? So these are the example for the liquids. Isn't it, children? So normally we get some of the water so that our body needs. So from the liquids that we drink, such as water, milk and tea, even juices. So they provide the water to our body. In addition to this, we add water while cooking the food items. Isn't it? Normally, we get the water, our body get the water, yes, from the liquids we drink, is it? So, we get the water that our body needs from the liquids. From the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, tea, juice, juices. Is it? So in addition to this, we add water during the process called cooking, isn't it? In addition, we add water while cooking the food. So that food also provide water to our body. Isn't it, children? So then there is one activity, children. Take a tomato or any fruit. So like lemon. So take that fruit and cut into small pieces. So do your hands get wet, children? Do your hands get wet while doing so or while cutting the fruit, children? Yes, children, is it? Of course. So our hands get wet because the fruit and then that vegetable contain the water, is it? So children, take a tomato or any fruit like lemon and cut into pieces. So do your hands get wet, children? Yes, while doing so. Is it, children? Or while cutting the fruits. So yes, children, our hands get wet because the presence of water in the fruit. So carefully observe. So whenever your vegetables and fruits are being cut, peeled, grated or mashed at your home. So what is that meaning? So you have to observe. So whenever you or your mother cutting the vegetables or cutting the fruits or you're peeling or removing the skin of the fruits or vegetables or grating, so some water is released. Your hand becomes wet because of the presence of water in that food material. Or if you mash means, so yadadra fruit una kiuchದಾಗ, so nimbe hindiದಾಗ. So we get some liquid, isn't it? So this shows the presence of water in the vegetables and also in the fruit, is it? So while cutting fruits, so we find out fruit and vegetables, they also contain water, isn't it, children? Yes. And then while cutting fruits, we find that fruits and vegetables, they also contain some amount of water. So we see that, children, many food materials, so themselves, they also contain water. So we see that many food materials themselves, they contain water. So the fruits and vegetables, so they also add water to our body. Vegetables and fruits themselves contain water. So this water is also add to our body. Is it, children? This fruits and vegetables also add water to our body. We eat this type of the vegetables, isn't it? So this fruits and also vegetables add water to our body, isn't it, children? Apart from this, we add water while cooking many food items. So observe your mother cooking various types of the food items. So while cooking, she add water to it. So that water is also added to our body. So when we consume that type of the food items. So apart from this, we add water while cooking many food items. Isn't it, children? And then, children, what is balanced diet? So what does that mean? So the food we normally eat, isn't it? So we eat different kinds of the food items normally, isn't it? So that we call as a diet. So in a day normally we eat food. So that is our diet. Is it, children? Normally, we eat food in a day is our diet. That's our diet. Isn't it, children? So then, for growth and maintenance of good health, for growth and maintenance of our good health, our body should have all the our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs to. So that should be present in right quantity, right proportion. Isn't it, children? So not too much of one and not too little of the other. So for our growth and maintenance good health, our diet should have all types of the nutrients, all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities. What does that mean? So we eat the food items, isn't it? So that food items contains all the types of the nutrients because our body needs all the nutrients for the proper functioning, for the growth and maintenance of good health. So but this nutrients should be present in the right quantity. So not too much of one. If the mineral called iron is rich or any other iodine is less or the carbohydrate is this, we should not eat such kind of food. We should eat balanced diet. That means not too much of one, not too little of the other. So the diet should also contain is good amount of roughage and water. So such a diet we call as balanced diet. So children, what is the meaning of balanced diet? So we normally eat the food in every day. So that is our diet. So for the growth and maintenance of good health. For growth and maintenance of good health, our diet should have all the types of nutrients that our body needs. But it is presented in right proportion or quantities. Is it? Not too much of one, not too little of the other. Is it? And then our diet should also contain so small amount, good amount of roughage and water. Good amount of roughage or dietary fibers and water. So such kind of diet we call as balanced diet. Such a diet we call as balanced diet. Okay, children. So do you think that people of all ages people of our age, so need the same type of same quantity of diet? No, isn't it children? So ella vayasina people ge so ade onde taradu diet irbeka? No, it depends on their age. So the quantity and type of the diet depends on the age and what type of physical work they do. Is it? So children, do you think that people of all ages they need the same type of diet? No. People of all ages they need different type of diet. Is it? So and it also depends on yes what type of physical work they will do. Okay. So what type of the food? They contain all the nutrients. So children, pulses, groundnut, and then soya bean, sprouted seeds. So molke kaal, and then fermented food. For example, idli, dosa. So they are fermented foods. So and then a combination of food. So for example, roti is made from combination of flours of cereals and pulses. So using this, the flours of different pulses and cereals, they mix together, the people make the roti. So that is called a combination of flour foods. So and then along with this, banana, spinach, jaggery, and then available vegetables and other such food, they provide many nutrients to our body. So tell me children, what type of the food materials they provide many nutrients to our body? Is pulses, groundnut, soya beans, fermented foods, protein seeds, then a combination of food. So especially I am going to give the example for the fermented foods, that is in South Indian dishes like idli, dosa. They are called as fermented foods. Isn't it? So they also provide many nutrients to our body. Pulses, groundnut, soya bean, sprouted seeds, then fermented food, idli, then a combination of flours and then cereals, pulses ಎರಡನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೊ ಅದು ಪೌಡರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಿಟ್ಟನ್ನ ಸೊ ರೊಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ಸ್, cereals and pulses. Cereals and pulses, it is used to make roti. And then yes, in addition to this, so people used banana, yes, spinach, then jaggery, and then available, what are the vegetables are available, and then other such foods, they provide many nutrients to our body. Along this, banana, then jaggery. So along this is spinach. So they provide the any nutrients to our body, and then available vegetables, they provide many nutrients. To our body. Okay. I hope children you are all understood about this lesson. What we learned today children about the minerals. So the type of the nutrient, that is minerals, and the sources of different minerals we have learned. And then about the food also. The food should contain dietary fibers and food and water, isn't it? So about this we learned in this class, and also we learned about balanced diet. What is balanced diet? So I hope children you are understood. If you have any doubts, call me children. So okay, thank you children.